Uh-oh. I guess we're here.
Hello.
Hello. Forgive me, we was having a little technical difficulties getting the live stream started. My mouse started, but as you can see, I'm Simone Biles, and thank you for joining us on this live episode.
Come on, Simone and Jordan.
I'm Jordan.
Be so for real right now. What's going on?
Them two right there.
You gotta quit.
We don't know what's gonna be in their cup for the day, Sean. I can tell you that much.
Gosh. I only had well, I'm Simone Biles, so I didn't have anything but sunshine and energy. But hi everybody. Last day of the gymnastics competition today. Let's talk Olympics. Guys, how would you rate the Olympics so far? How have the games been?
A B minus.
Okay.
You're like a roller coaster.
I know it's a roller coaster. It's been, I can't really decide. I'm not going to say a thumb up or a thumb down. I think I'm a little disappointed in some of the events, but I would agree a roller coaster.
Yeah. I would say overall, I think as far as Team USA as a whole, I've been a little disappointed. There was a couple of events where I felt like we should have took home gold for various reasons. We love a silver and a bronze, though. This is not Talladega Nights, where if you're not first, you last. We do.
It is. We do. It is. If you're not first, you're last. Nobody remembers the last place. I'm just kidding.
Oh no, we don't do that. But let's talk about it. The gymnastics competition capped off with the GOAT, Simone Biles, leading Black girl magic at the Olympics, 3 gold. She won the team gold, all-around gold, vault gold, and then a silver this morning on the floor routine. So congrats to our girl Simone, 27 years old, which is ancient in gymnastics years.
Yeah.
How do we feel about Simone's output at these Olympics and the gymnastics team overall?
For the women, I think it's been great to me. You know, we may have had a couple of hiccups, but I still think it has been awesome to see those girls come back for redemption year. So I really have enjoyed the women's gymnastics. For USA, Brazil, my heart goes out to Romania, bless her heart, but woohoo.
Yikes on a bike.
Yeah.
Hey, Jonathan, welcome in the room, Jonathan.
Hi. Speaking of some hiccups, today, I mean, Simone Biles, we all know Simone has like the highest start value pretty much on every apparatus except for the bars. She is not a bar specialist, as we saw in the all-around competition. But the balance beam, which is generally her and Suni, like they're very solid on there. Yeah. It was a disaster this morning, but it wasn't even just a disaster for them.
For everyone.
It was a disaster for everyone. I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah, somebody said, I think it's time for us to check the bar. It was like 2 gymnasts prior to Simone. After like the third one fell. Yeah,
I mean, everybody was falling in the same spot today.
Yeah, everyone. Something was going on right there at that point. Literally the same spot. Something was wrong.
Well, I'll be contesting that bar then. That's the question.
No, seriously. So I don't know if you guys remember this, but I remember this happening when it happened in real time. But during the Sydney Olympics, the vault, this was when they still had the bar across instead of the table. The vault they had it 2 inches below where it was supposed to be. So all the girls were vaulting off the table and literally like they weren't getting
Almost
enough
hitting their
height,
head.
hitting their heads, like folding in half. No one was landing on their
remember.
feet whatsoever. It was 2000, the Sydney Olympics, and
Oh,
they didn't
wow.
realize that the vault wasn't at the right height until halfway through the competition.
So did they let the girls redo their?
They did, but at that point, when you think about apparatus like the vault, once you lose your confidence because you didn't fell on your head,
Yeah. It's like, oh.
Yeah,
I had to get back on that.
Laura said, I'm not trying to be funny, but I think someone needs to check the beam. And I was like, oh, I think it's probably about time, especially after the third person. And they all kind of fell right there in that same spot. And I never seen anyone on the staff go out and like do anything or check the bar. But it was, I mean, first of all, I was so disgusted because I woke up this morning. It was like 6 a.m. my time. I got up thinking we're going to take home some quick goals. I'm going to get my kid ready for school. And we're going to knock this out.
Yeah, me and Tracy at work trying to mute our phone because it kept going off.
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm
Between
so
the
sorry.
three of you.
I'm so
All
sorry.
day long, Crystal. All day long. I be wanting to scream because I can't see anything. Only thing I know, I look down and I see Sean venting in the text message about something she just saw, like we just saw it with her.
I was stressed out. Well, so here's what happens. Because you can't see it, I'm giving you the news so you'll know what's happening when you start getting alerts to your
But we
phone.
want to see. We don't want the news. We want the live.
You're going to get the news anyways because your phones are going to be going off. Social media is going to be telling the story. So you might as well just get it from us, right, Missy?
That's right. Like we're doing radio back in the day. We just sending it via
real-time
text.
Coverage. That's it. I was giving you guys real-time coverage.
I'm telling you right now, you ruined my whole morning.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. You ruined mine too.
Thank you, Shayna. Thank you, Shayna. Thank you, Shayna.
It was like before I got to work, I was like, well, dang, I don't even want to. And I left work early. I was so sad.
I didn't even want to go to work. This was prior to my departure. And I was like, Simone fell off balance. Simone stepped out of bounds twice. I was done. I literally didn't want to go to work. I was like, okay, the day is over. And how do we hit the reset button? So
could have fooled me because I thought you was at work. It was going on all day. You got a TV in your office. We don't have a TV in our office.
I didn't want to have to get in all this traffic, you know. From my bed to the hallway, it's a lot of traffic. So,
yes, I had to walk through all that clutter in my hall and just bam, here I go. It was so
it just make us sick, don't it, Tracy?
Literally.
I'm sorry. Because I was like, oh, she fell. Oh, dang, Simone fell too. I'm sorry.
Well, because you said, oh, she fell. And I was like, who the hell fell? And I was like, dang it. I don't even know who fell.
And you know Shayna behind us, so that just made it even worse.
I didn't think, I mean, it was real time. We have been doing sports real-time text all forever. Okay, so don't do me like that.
But something big like this, come on, we want to do this together.
Well, I was watching it. I thought y'all were.
Yeah, you thought we was sitting in the living room watching TV like you was.
No, I thought y'all were
running across the hallway from the TV to your laptop, huh? That's what it was. Yeah, we get it.
I'm sorry.
But I will say, even though it was a sad day, we were expecting Simone to take home gold in at least one of those events. Yeah. Shout out to this podium because I've never seen that before.
That is so amazing.
Yeah,
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Shout out Rebecca Andrade, Brazil being Simone and Jordan bowing down to her after she won the gold on the floor.
Yeah,
Rebecca is literally the only, and I'm just being for real, the only gymnast that can challenge Simone.
Simone has said that repeatedly, that Rebecca stresses her out.
And that's what I was thinking on the balance beam. I was like, was Rebecca in this rotation? Did I miss something? I said, so maybe that's why Simone didn't do so good because she really didn't have any competition to compete against. that's just me, you know.
Because
I was like,
now I will say the girls that did make the podium, their level of difficulty was so well below Simone's that they were really not any competition. And when the third girl fell off that balance beam, if I can be brutally honest, I think they should have checked the beam because I think something really was going on. I mean, but
I agree.
Something was off.
Even when they got to the floor routine, some of the girls that was on the balance beam, when they was on the floor routine, they were falling. Face
collapsing.
Face
first. On their knees.
I was like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's the face first. I was like, what? Wait a minute, what's going on? She was just
somebody waste some baby oil on that floor and them children stepped on and slipped on everything. That's what happened. Somebody waste some oil somewhere.
They put baby oil. You know, it wasn't no holy oil. It was baby oil. And then they put it on the floor.
I'm gonna call it sabotage. It's sabotage.
It was sabotage. And I was in here screaming. My baby came in because she just woke up for school. She was like, "This is their first day back," and she said, "Mom, calm down. It's gonna be okay." She said she's almost about to win. I said, "No, she ain't gonna win, baby. She fell." She was like, "It's okay. You scared me." I was like, "Oh God, I can't." This was at 6:30 this morning. I was so freaking stressed. Oh,
I mean, here's the thing. Simone Biles, like I said, Simone Biles, Rebecca Andrade, I mean, all the girls, but specifically Simone, we all know she's the GOAT. And there's really nothing more that can be said about how she has elevated the sport. This new era of gymnastics, I just have to shout them out because the last, I would say even Olympics 2016, which was the first time we saw Simone, people were like, this might be her only Olympics because at the time she was 20 years old. And we did not have a gymnast competing well into their 20s, almost 30 years old. That just wasn't a thing. The sport, the safety of the sport, of keeping athletes safe, preserving their bodies and their longevity is such an awesome thing to see because there was a time when they were being abused. You know what I'm saying? Their bodies. If you guys remember that 96 Olympics when Carrie Strug literally went out there on a broken foot almost and did a ball, which she didn't even have to do, by the way, for them to win, and had to be carried off, and people were celebrating that.
Well, let's go all the way back. Let's go back further than that. You remember when Mary Lou Retton, when she was on crutches? Oh, so y'all probably don't. But if you go back and review it, she was literally on crutches.
Right. Wow. And so the fact that Simone is still competing at 27 and is talking about possibly competing at LA 28. And if she is at LA 28, I'm telling you right now, I'm be camped out at the gymnastics.
Well, you need to move over and make room for all of us because we coming.
Coming.
We saving them 2 weeks of vacation.
Jonathan, hint. That's a hit, Jonathan.
I hear. Hey, I got space here at the house. We good. So yes, shout out to Simone and the women's gymnastics team, and even the men as well, who took home bronze, and the team all around, which they were not expected to take home a medal at all, and they scrapped it out and took home a bronze. So shout out to them. But here is what we got to talk about. Yesterday was completely wild. Noah Lyles, American Noah Lyles, who obviously is the world championship holder, won the men's 100 literally by the hair on his chin, or should I say his clavicle?
It's pearl.
Had a bead on his head.
Right here.
That pearl.
What a race. What a race. Tracy, our resident track star. What say you about that race yesterday?
Girl, I was sitting on the edge of my seat screaming because actually that was one of the better races. You know what I'm saying? And I know that we all just not even taking it to Sha'Carri and what's her name? Julian
Alfred.
Yeah. Not even thinking because we just knew from all the hype of Sha'Carri that she was going to win that 100, and then she comes in second. So now here comes Noah, and I'm like, all that talking you did, boy, you better hey, you better show
He been barking.
You better stop it, you know. And man, oh wow, it was really exciting. I was really, because by your regular eye during real time, it did look like the Jamaican won.
Shame.
Yes. But baby, when they did that, thank God for the instant replay. I bet they wish they had that back in the 80s.
Right. Now, I will say I saw, and this happened in real time. So you guys know Michael Johnson, 1996 gold winner from Atlanta Games. He is a commentator for the BBC. And he was the only person who, before they even announced who won, he said, "Oh no, Noah got that." He was saying it. They caught him on camera saying, "Noah got it. Noah got it. I can see right here." And this was before it was even announced that Noah had won it. So I was like, I wonder if it's something in his sprinter eye that was like he was able to tell.
Shayna, because I'm saying, if you're looking at the race just by your eye, because the Jamaican foot looked like it would cross before. It did, but they don't even go by that.
So they go by the body. They go by his body.
That's why you lean.
Yeah,
you lean.
So, but 0.005 seconds, and he's the fastest man in the country,
in the world,
Like Buzz Lightyear, infinity and beyond.
Yeah,
Stuck his chest out.
So he's supposed to be in the race for his race is the 200.
Yes,
so that's his main race. Yeah.
I will say there's been like, okay, y'all know I'm always on Twitter. I refuse to call it that other site. But there's been some little diaspora wars because they like Noah Lyles, he talked too much trash, he blah 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 blah. I don't think Noah's cocky, and I also think that sprinting is one of those sports where you have to be cocky, because if you don't think that you're the fastest person on the track, then why are you there? Because you already lost.
Why are you there? Nobody said anything when Usain Bolt was ripping his shirts open and stampeding. I mean, making big Superman noise and sounds. We lived for it because he was the best. He was literally the best.
That's right.
It just comes with the territory. I will say Noah is a little, he's a lot. If I can be honest with you, he's a lot. So I'm glad he was able to back it up. And you're right, Reggie. He backs it up. He does back it up. But yesterday I was needing him to back it up with a little bit more certainty. And I just want him to not ever do that again, because I have some friends that are Jamaican and they are going absolutely insane right now on Facebook and our group chats. They are hot to try. They think that he's been cheated. They have crowned Kashan the true winner. It's a conspiracy, and Caribbeans are faster in nature, than American athletes. And so, I mean, it is a hot mess. You got to see the takes that they've been posting. And then, oh my goodness, it is caused a lot of
going too far.
And they going far. They're going real far.
Because the instant replay don't lie.
No.
Thank you.
My homegirl has posted. Yeah. So if we're going by the torso, what's with this torso? Did he have another torso? Did he glue this one on? Okay, so if we're going by the foot test that they did 8 years ago, his foot was crossed. I mean, it has just been, oh my God. And they're like, girl, let it go. He lost. He did not. And he's our goal.
He came in second.
He came in second. It is what it is. I mean, look, Shane Thompson and his fine behind will be fine.
Kashan, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Kashan, however you say his name.
I'm so sorry if I
Mr. Thompson.
Yeah, Mr. Thompson.
Yeah,
it was a great race.
They can have is Sha'Carri got whooped.
Well, I will say,
so let's talk about it.
She got. Sha'Carri? I mean, Sean, you can say
that race lived up to the hype, the men's, but the women's,
no. I wasn't disappointed. I'm very proud because that is a large stage. And she did get a silver out of it from compared to what they did to her 4 years ago, right? Mm-hmm. So anytime that you medal in sports, I don't care what nobody say, you're doing phenomenal, because the amount of training you put your body through and everything that you have to do to get to that point, girl, is unbelievable. But I just thought that she should have ran a better race.
Well, let's talk about it, because there was some controversy over some pre-heat stuff that went on. Sean, go ahead and explain to us what happened before the semifinals. This wasn't before the finals, it was before the semifinals, which were held the same day as the final meet. So what happened?
So Black athletes have been speaking out about the treatment that they've been receiving while they've been at the Paris Games. And Sha'Carri and Shelly-Ann Price, obviously they are a bigger celebrity, will have a larger celebrity status. And so they had private motorcades to take them to and from the facility. When they got to the facility to enter into the place that they've been entering in since they got onto the training camp, onto the living quarters, they were not allowed to enter because they said that it was not a safety checkpoint, but they were allowing athletes to exit. So their transportation was trying to communicate and figure out why they were being denied. They had all of their credentials and they still were not allowed to enter. They had to walk because they couldn't get dropped off. They had to walk an hour to the other entrance. And because of that, they missed their warm-ups and their transportation to the facility. And so that caused a whole, crap show. And then the athletes start speaking out. So in protest, I believe, that's my personal opinion, that Shelly-Ann Price was just like, I'm not running because I don't appreciate the way that we're being treated while we're here. And I think that was her moment of protest. Now for Sha'Carri, she was like, hey, I'm at the Olympics. I done already got this thing snatched from me a couple years ago. I'm running. Right. I don't care if I ain't warmed up, I ain't cooled up, or whatever it is I got to do. I'm getting out here and I'm running. And so that's why we saw her come out of the box a little off in the semis. They were off, but they were not, they were on fresh legs. They had not warmed up. And they were so tired. They were exhausted. Just talking about I'll let somebody else take over that part. Just talking about how, the walks and the treatment that they've been receiving from the staff. And this is just specifically from athletes of color. And I don't know, how much truth is to it. I'm sure we'll hear more about it after, the conclusion of the Olympics. But there have been several things being posted online about our superstar athletes.
Well, there's a lot.
Go ahead, Chris.
I was listening to the guys at midnight. I forgot who it was, but they was on their podcast. Oh, Shannon Sharp and Ocho, and they had Justin Gaffin on theirs, and he was actually there, and he was saying the exact same thing Sean was saying, how they had to walk so far, but he don't understand because the U.S. was supposed to be able to provide shuttle for the athletes as well, and he think that the U.S. kind of slipped on their duties and what they supposed to be doing.
Oh, wow. But they had private transportation that they hired. So even with the transportation, you could see Shelly-Ann Price's transportation at the gate trying to come to terms with the guy. He was trying to communicate with the guy at the gate on the post, and they weren't letting up. And he's like, it's not making any sense. What do you mean? And so Shelly-Ann Price finally just got fed up and walked off. Sha'Carri and her team was like, no, this isn't right. Like, this is the gate. This is how we've been coming in all along. And they changed the entrance of how they get on the ground.
Oh, wow.
After they didn't communicate that before the departure, and they had not communicated that with their transportation. So
one thing I will say, how many of you all think that they knew who they were? So they knew who they were and they knew what was going on, regardless of what. You knew that those were the athletes, and they should have. I'm going to give you that. They should have been allowed to get on in through the gate, or they should have provided them, since they changed the rules. Then they should have. Yeah, they should have provided them the other way or another way to get into the facility.
Right.
I don't agree though that she was tired, because come on, guys. The lady been training for 4 years. She's been running 10 plus miles a day. She was not tired. Aggravated? She probably was aggravated. Which emotions has a lot to do with the way you perform.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Maybe her anxiety is a different type of adrenaline that was going that caused her to run that way. But had she not got into this situation, then the outcome of the race could have been totally different, even for the semis. Because when she was in the semis, I was looking like, girl, you got to work on getting out them blocks. What's going on? Because you put, we've been saying that, for a long time now, up into the Olympics. Yeah. And we was like, okay, maybe we'll see something different. But then when you face this adversity and now you got to come and not warm up, not even allow your coach to fuss at you and tell you, hey, you got to come out that block. You know what I'm saying? You got to come out faster and stronger. Now we're looking at you because you got a different type of anxiety, adrenaline, emotion, and all of these things that's going through your head, which causes you to have a setback. So, yeah, and it could have been, which, spewed over to the finals.
And I'm sorry. I was gonna say, I mean, you already got to think about like the pressure that was on Sha'Carri at the beginning anyway. Yeah. She's already got like, you're expected to win. And you go into that semifinal and you racing next to Julian Alfred and you're like, wait a minute. Wait, who are you? I'm not ready for this. Yeah.
What I'm saying? What's your name, Harpo?
Well, you know that Julian Alfred was she was the surprise because they kept saying that she was so good, but she was just like a surprise. She's been training in Texas. That's what I want to say. Yeah, she's been training in the United States, huh?
Right, Texas A&M.
Texas A&M. She's been. Oh yeah, yeah, man. I mean, Reggie, yeah. At least she won the silver, but she's been training with the Americans for the the Olympics. So, which I congratulate her.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
That's the only level that they got doing the whole Olympics. I ain't heard nothing else about them. So,
well, I have two things about that. Well, the first thing is, I don't think when I say tired, I wasn't meaning like her body was tired. I think you are mentally tired and exhausted from a number of things that they have, spoken out about that was going on during their stay there on the grounds. The second thing is I absolutely cannot stand how we get on the internet and we have these wars within our community about, these are Caribbean and the Americans can't do this, but they come into America and utilize our resources for training purposes and work out with the athletes. And it's like, there has to be some level of camaraderie and appreciation, but I feel like it's really just the people on the internet is not as much as the athletes, because the athletes they know each other well. They see each other at all these competitions. They just ran together at Worlds. They know what each other's strengths and weaknesses are, but for the world at large, it's like, put some respect on our name. I feel like Americans in the athletic arena get disrespected so bad. It's so frustrating to read that stuff online, because it's like, oh, y'all can't do this and, you can't do that. They speak so bad about our American athletes, but our American athletes are training side by side with your people. If that were the thing, then why can't you guys train on your own soil and then come and see us in the Olympics? I mean, I'm not saying that in a negative way, but I'm just trying to figure out how is that the thing, they literally be dragging African Americans on social media, Black Americans, whatever you want to say. And it's like, but we were just at college together. Like, what are we saying here?
Yesterday. I don't. You just said a word, girl. You just said a word. Like I see it all the time. Like I said, I told you, the Twitter was like the diaspora wars yesterday. It was insane with like all of the nonsense that people were talking. I was just like, okay. I mean, look, we've already established that the Olympics is the only time we get super patriotic around here.
Period. Period. We really don't even care. I mean, beyond that, because we have to support our athletes, right?
Right.
Oh yeah,
that's it.
Most definitely.
It's just,
I mean, they're supporting their athletes too, so I get it, and we're supporting ours. But like you said, there's a little bit of it's like, okay, but y'all actually come here to train, and let's talk about that, because here, like, look. Swimming is a great example of the same thing that happened.
Absolutely.
Our shout out to the USA women's team, because they were literally the only ones doing anything in the pool. Only one American male won a gold individual, Bobby Fink, in the 1500. So shout out to him.
Shut up, Bobby.
No, we only had one individual gold medal from the men swimmers in this Olympics.
Oh, okay.
One.
Because he broke the world record or something.
He did.
Yeah,
he broke
the
record. And he's the only man from Team USA to win a swimming gold medal, which is insane when you look back at the swimming history of this country. But then you look at it and you're like, okay, Leon Marchand, who won 4 gold medals from France, okay, he trains with Michael Phelps' old coach.
Yes.
Down
in Florida.
Yeah, down in Florida.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, okay, you got all these people coming over here and then going and playing for the home countries. The guy who set the record in the pole vault that goes to LSU, Mundo, he did it for Sweden, but he was born in Louisiana, which is so weird. His mom is Swedish, but you're like, okay, so y'all come over here and train, and then go run and compete for. All right.
Yeah, that's and I think that the tone is what's off to me, because I don't ever, and I'm not being biased on this, when we get on social media platforms and celebrate, like, oh my gosh, you know, like I will bring, okay, this is the one that frustrated me the most, and I'm gonna let it go. When what was it? When Sha'Carri went and won second place, Essence posted, like, we love you, Queen, we support you, blah, 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 blah. Oh my God. The whole island of St. Lucia came onto that post and was like, oh, so Essence only supporting Black girls if they're Americans and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, this is an American editorial. Like, let's be really clear here. How do y'all ever see us
Essence is not international.
No. We do not jump on social media and find random St. Lucia magazines or posts and be like, y'all, congratulations. Like, what is going on? I don't understand that. Like, but they did give her own post, and they was like, we're rooting for everybody Black. We support all of our queens. And she has a separate post, but please give us time, because yes, we're going to congratulate our girl. Like, it's so crazy to me how they get on these American sites and like social media pages, and they're like, oh, so y'all ain't rooting for nobody but the Americans. It's like, it's an American magazine. Like,
we are Americans. Go USA.
She's an American. That's really how that supposed to go. I just don't understand it. It's uber frustrating, because they did congratulate them all, but my gosh, relax.
What are we American?
I can never recall a time I have found some Caribbean post, magazine, social media, and been like, I don't see enough on here about Sha'Carri, and she beat y'all in worlds.
Right.
That would make no sense for me to go do that. Like, I wouldn't even expect to see her in their edits. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just wouldn't even.
To be honest, how often would you see a Caribbean island if you didn't see what's the guy, the track star? That's when they started really. Usain Bolt. That's when they really started bringing up the island countries when in the Olympics. Because other than that, you didn't even see no write-ups about them at all. None of the islands. And you talking about St. Lucia, who's the size of Fulton County here in Georgia. Really?
Before you saying though, the girls 400 always gave our girls 400 a run for their money. Always spending Jamaicans against the United States. Always.
And but they didn't have much write up about it until then. When any other time have you seen them write up about a Jamaican sport?
Well, so besides, what you're saying
is
bobsled. Thank you, Melissa. That's why I was finna go.
Not cool running.
Okay. So I think what Chris is saying is that the pride and the proud got loud, like, but after him. But I will say, Sonia Richards-Ross, Allison Felix will tell you that they have always been pitted against the Jamaican track runners. So I think it got louder because nobody couldn't do nothing with Usain. Like, they couldn't do nothing with him. Nobody could beat him. It didn't matter if he warmed up, if he walked down the track. It looked like some days they were running full force and he was walking. You see what I'm saying?
But there were days in the decade.
Yes, there were days where Allison Felix gave them girls a run for their money, or Sonya Richards-Ross came in, and you know what I'm saying? She was able to come out with the win. So it kind of went back and forth. But see, in Usain's days, they got real loud because nobody wasn't touching him as long as he was showing up. You know?
Yeah.
He dominated for a very long time. A very long time. But what I want to say is, like, there's always gonna be this rivalry, I believe, between the U.S. and any other island that is in track and field. Because let's be honest, we're fast. Yeah. It's always gonna come down to somebody black. I mean, I'm just telling the truth, right?
And you are right.
Hold on, because we said that yesterday. We was watching the women's 400, and I think the girl was from China,
Norway. Was it Norway?
The Netherlands.
I think it was the Netherlands.
Femke Boyle.
The Netherlands. Okay.
The Netherlands.
She's from the Netherlands. Yeah, Femke Boyle.
Baby, like, yeah, she was tough.
Okay, I'll give Femke Boyle her flowers. I'm talking about sprinting, Tracy. I mean, the 400, that's a different race, but we talking about the race that everybody is tuning in to see, which is who is the fastest on planet Earth.
Yeah,
they worried about them 9 seconds.
Hello, we worried about them 9 seconds.
We worry about them 9. Anything over 9, nobody even remembers you. Like, what? Who are we talking about? 10 seconds. Oh, was he even in the race? Who let him? Nobody remember that.
I mean, shout out to the Kenyans and the Ethiopians who be dominating that 5,000
in the distance.
The distance race. Look, they ain't got nothing to do with us. We let them handle that. We talking about the 9 seconds.
Yeah. We talking about
we talking about the 19 minutes. We talking about 9 seconds. Okay, I get it.
So did y'all see the Kenyan runner doing the steeple run?
Steeple challenge.
Actually forgot to run through the water and went around the barrier and had to run to catch up with them to actually finish the race in top.
So it's actually,
he came in the top 5. Did he place? Because that was the semi, right?
He didn't hit an automatic qualifier, and he didn't forget he got bumped. So that's why his coaches are challenging the race because he got bumped and pushed out of bounds when they went back and reviewed it. But he didn't hit an automatic qualifier for steeplechase, and he didn't forget to hit the water hit the either.
But they said he was top 3.
Yeah, I was
the top runner to actually win
he was the top runner. So I'm interested to see what the results of that is going to be because I think that they're going to actually allow him to run in the semifinals because that is go ahead.
Today, the distance running on the women, the woman from Ethiopia, you saw that was pushing Kiapon, like pushing her. They were going back and forth, and then she won the silver initially. The Kenyan runner, they disqualified her. Kenya then appealed, and then they reinstated her silver medal after, I guess, going back and watching how the pushing started. Yeah. So, I mean, it's been some crazy things happening in Paris. I mean, between that and the doodle water in the same river, I mean, it's just...
I don't want to see another conversation about that water. Because between 1, 2, and 3, believe me, you 3.
The triathlon, the medley or whatever they call it, the relay where everybody run a piece. When I looked up and them people was in that doo-doo water, I just said, Lord have mercy. Why?
And Reggie said when you go to commercial and come back and they still
right. We don't care about that.
They still running and they still swimming in the doo-doo.
I thought this morning Missy was saying that the people that was flipping in the kayak stuff was in the doodle water and they had their mouth open and stuff. And I was like,
can we come up with another word besides the D-O-D-O? Got that word? Come on.
You want me to call it the fecal river?
Fecal river. Oh, wow. That was good. That was good.
Tracy, help me with you. You the oldest. You got to take control over your sisters.
Which one you want? You want good water or fecal river?
So if we call it the fecal river, doodle water, or the boo boo bayou, whatever we gonna call it.
Oh my god, boo boo bayou is crazy.
Tracy, please.
That's the triple B. Boo boo bayou.
Oh, we call it the triple B. The triple B.
Speaking of water, we're gonna close out the show with go ahead. Sorry.
I have one thing because I feel like we didn't really talk about it. Jordan Childs. When
Jordan Childs.
Huh? I'm sorry. I feel like we didn't discuss this because I watched this in real time and my heart was broken and then it was mended and then it was broken again for the Romania baby. And I was just like, what? When Jordan started screaming, Simone was like, what? The coach was like, what? I mean, it was so chaotic in there. But people are saying that the challenge was because they felt like they scored a low. No, the challenge was because they didn't give her credit for one of her leaps. And they went back and watched the film and she actually did it and they had to give her the credit for that skill.
Man, all I know is I was singing Tony Braxton when that poor baby got that medal taken away. Unbreak my heart. It was like she dropped it. Like,
what? She started fussing at her coach. I was like, oh my God.
But did they give it back to her?
No.
Jordan, they gave him to Jordan Childs.
Jordan got bronze. She got bronze.
The Romanian was celebrating because they announced the Jordan score. It was a young lady from Romania.
What happened was she celebrated, but she celebrated too soon.
Well, no, they posted the score.
But they only posted the score. They didn't start naming who won.
But simple math will tell you if my score is ahead of hers.
Still there. Yeah, but because
when Suna Lee won bronze, she waited until she heard her name.
Well, no, she did. Because listen now, when you getting ready to announce the score, if I'm at a 13-1 and they announce your score and you 13.0 something, my flag going up, boo. I'm going in.
Guess what it taught you today? That
flag then got
wait
somebody.
Wait until your name is called.
Baby, let me tell you something. She got up on that platform and started jumping up, and they was chanting. The Romanian fans was chanting in the stand. Water, something. You can hear her screaming through the mic. And they said something, and everybody took a gasp in the stand, and Jordan said, she started screaming and fell to the ground, and the girl was like,
when you look at the video, you can actually see her drop the flag. She's in disbelief, but right in behind her is Jordan Childs cheering,
running.
Yes,
I was like, her mama and daddy are pastor. They were praying. She was running, trying to make 100 because 99 and a half wasn't gonna do, baby. Her mama was up there praying and she was running. Oh my God,
baby!
The hairs on my arm stood up.
I was like,
jumped the hole in my floor.
Not the recalculations. Oh Lord.
That was the most exciting thing I've ever experienced in my entire life, and I wasn't even there. I was like, what does this mean? Oh, no. And she started fussing. Oh, she was going off on that coach. I don't know what they said or what they did, but she was tight.
When she was receiving her medal, it sounded like the people were saying, take it off. I was like, I know y'all ain't telling Jordan to take it off because she's going to keep that around her neck, baby. She going to the house with that bronze. She said, Index and Bird, holla at you.
Because this is probably her last Olympics, baby. Jordan not taking that medal off forever.
At all. Jordan by somewhere with them slugs in her mouth, talking about something, what to do? Boo.
Damn. Get it, baby. She taking a bite. Here you go.
Yeah, she got the slugs in.
Listen, the hairs on my arms raised, but then instantly felt so much shame and sadness for that other the Romanian baby. Not because I honestly didn't think it was like funny. It was just so surreal. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't laughing at the fact that the baby, like got.
Oh, don't worry, we heard it through your text, your messages all day. I did. I don't know about Tracy.
I've never experienced such in real time.
Never experienced nothing like that. I was so stunned.
Girl, the text chat was going off this morning at my house at 4:00 in the morning. No, I'm kidding.
I don't want to hear nothing from Sean and Melissa tomorrow for the 4x100. I don't want to hear nothing. The 800 fight. I don't want to hear nothing.
All I can tell you this is, go and get your Peacock subscription, download it to your phone. Because listen,
get it on your phone.
I can't guarantee that me and Sean is only going to text one another. It's going to be in the chat.
Oh, we'll text each other then. Not in the message, in the group. Text each other.
No, we need y'all to be in the know.
I just have to put my phone on silent because if my phone ain't on silent, they'll wake me up out of a deep sleep at 4:00 in the morning. Texting back and forth. I'm like, I'm 3 hours behind y'all. I'm gonna need y'all.
Poor Nora can't even get her shoes on because her mama sitting there hopping at that damn television. That's what it was. Nora running around the house. See there.
Hello, Roderick. I don't know what this
Roderick.
Well, before Sean interrupted my amazing segue from the Doodle River. Go ahead, Melissa, because you got your finger up too.
I do have my finger up. I just didn't want us to forget Paige Madden.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Paige. Shout out Paige Madden. Took home the silver. Mm-hmm. And what was it? The 400 IM? Was it 4x100 IM?
It was a 4x100 IM.
Yes.
She did do a relay, but she also did an individual by herself. Tracy, why are you looking like that? You don't know who she is?
She's from Mobile.
She's from Mobile.
Yes, she is.
Mobile.
She's from Mobile.
They didn't text that. They didn't put that in the text chat. They missed all about that in the text chat. All that other stuff. We got played by everything else.
It was yesterday. It was yesterday. Guess what?
It don't matter when it was.
Y'all didn't even. We didn't want to interrupt your church time.
I wasn't at church.
Time out. It did go in the chat. But it was something else going on at the time that she won, and it kind of just got a little overshadowed. But somebody did put it in there because I said, "No, who is Paige Madden?"
It was me. It was
realized she was from Mobile. Yeah.
Listen, that's right.
You went to UMS, right? That's right.
That's amazing.
Congrats. $1
Yes. Shout out to what she did in
Tracy
the pool.
has risen.
In the water. Speaking of water, I'm getting back to it. You already know I'm getting back to it. Speaking of water, today, happy Chairteenth to all those who celebrate. And if you don't know what Chairteenth is, it is the 1-year anniversary of our liberation.
The riverboat ball. Wait a minute. I got to tell y'all. My husband said, "You going to work tomorrow?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "You got your folding chair. You're going to need your folding chair to take to work with you tomorrow." I'm like, "For what?" He said, "Tomorrow's the first for the riverboat, bro." I said, "Well, dang."
I have to tell you, the riverboat brawl, I've never seen Black Americans so unified before in my life, because that was a moment in history. Yeah. It was just like, we saw swim guy. What were they calling him? The kid who was swimming across the river. What was his nickname, child?
One of them characters off of the superhero thing.
Aquaman.
Aquaman.
Swimming
Listen to that, Reggie. No.
All I know is umpire threw that hat up in the air, baby. Ring the bell.
Universal. So as you know, we gotta relive the highlights. The commentary from those videos, those Black people Alabama accents. I just loved every minute of it. We're gonna go ahead and relive what was probably the most exciting and fun day we've had in this country in the last 50 years. Let's roll the tape.
250.
So Honda. Oh. The commentary.
But he had him hemmed up. Look at that boy running from the back.
Oh, this is where they went left. This is where they went left.
Oh, she's like,
that boy. Help that brother. They in the water. They can't get to him, so they hollering.
Oh, but here they come. Oh, here they come. Oh,
language.
Aquaman.
That boy swimming his ass over
He finna have him as soon as he get up the Crocs.
Young buck taking his shoes off.
As soon as he got them Crocs off. Yeah, we don't condone violence.
This is one instance where I do condone violence. I don't know what you're talking about. I condone the violence. I'm just kidding. Uh-oh, this is where it got real.
They ready to move on. They ready to move on.
I love her commentary the most. This lady.
I don't know who she is, baby, but they need to pay her.
I love the sound effects.
Just take off. They just took off.
The sound effects that she does.
Yeah,
my
it's her
favorite
and her sound effects.
right here.
Look at him. Oh my God.
Oh Lord, the post security people.
Lord, look at watch the lady get tossed in the water. Lord, Jesus.
For her.
Oh. She went for her ass.
Use the language.
You know when you ain't seen the video, and when you see it again, you're like,
They in the basket in the cabinet. In the
Here go the sound effects. Here you go. Ah.
Jumped in the water.
Boop.
Yeah.
They in business.
look at them. Look at Granddad. I know Granddad is like,
This is where the famous chair comes in.
what in the word y'all even?
Oh, they had enough. Throwing haymakers.
Oh, I have mercy. I bet they won't.
Oh, there he is.
Baby, you swinging that chair like
the hollering.
He said, oh my God.
I'm feeling it.
Oh,
I will
Lord
say,
Jesus.
it was interesting
Hey,
that Grandpa with the chair was the only person that got
they said he went too far now. He done went too far. He just started going in there like he was swatting flies.
Baby, that was straight up WWE. I was like, oh, he a wrestling fan.
You know what that reminded me of? Y'all remember that game at Chuck E. Cheese when the alligator come out and you gotta hit him on top
the
of
whack-a-mole.
Whack-a-mole, good. That goes through when the alligator come out.
Alligator.
Crocodile or something, whatever it was. That whack-a-mole came out. That thing, you gotta hit it fast. He started swinging that truck there. Oh, Jesus. Wait a minute now.
I mean,
He said, what is going on?
He done watched a lot of WWE because because those chairs actually hurt. You can't really just be hitting people upside the head with chairs.
That man thought he was Ric Flair.
Listen,
Booker T.
I'm gonna tell you how unserious y'all cousins are. The chairs were sold out at every Walmart and Target. They started making necklaces with the jewelry with the chairs on the charms.
Yep.
Oh, let me find out y'all was out here cutting up.
Your cousin Reggie said when we start to skip to a fight, it's over. That's true. Because that means we are actually trying to get there quickly to fight you.
Rather than walk, you got that little hop. Oh, yeah, you up on one knee at a time, one knee in there. Yeah, you about to go get busy. She said, oh, yeah, what's up? What's up? When somebody starts saying that,
what? Boop, bop, boop, bop.
I was like, what is this?
I was not ready for that chaos and confusion. I remember when it started circulating online, I was like, oh my God, what? Oh, it was just so many things to watch and go back and realize. So now why they fighting? Okay, why they fighting? Where did they come from? Like, it was just so many moving parts. And then the teenager, he got so much hate on the internet that they had to shut down his social media accounts because he swam over to help someone that was getting stomped out. I mean, they were stomping that little dock security guard guy down. They were say they tore him up. They were tearing him up.
They were tearing him up, baby. But he sent that signal.
He did.
Ooh, baby, he sent that SOS.
What's that signal when they say you're doing it? Listen. When he flicked that, what they started sending memes. When I do this, that means everybody mount up or something. What is it?
It was a clear black night.
Regulators, basically. Regulators.
Dun, 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 dun.
Y'all are horrible. I say y'all love. Hey, we need all our people who's watching. Please subscribe, share, like. We trying to get to 2,000 viewers, 2,000 subscribers. I'm sorry, 2,000 subscribers.
Yeah,
amen.
Come on, help us out. Y'all can do it.
Yeah.
Make that happen.
Subscribe, comment.
Aquaman definitely should have been in the Olympics. I agree. If somebody get this young man some training.
Oh, he can swim in the doo-doo water.
Oh,
he
Lord.
He can swim in his doo-doo water. He can swim in the next Olympics. He can train right now. Don't try to put him in Fecal River.
Right.
The
boo-boo
bayou.
On that note, thanks everybody for watching this live show of Olympics 2024 in Paris. We have enjoyed it. We still got a little less than a week left of the games. Hoping to see Team USA basketball and volleyball come away with some goals still in both the tournaments. So that's
because the men 3-on-3 and the latest 3-on-3 has totally disappointed us.
Well, the latest 3-on-3 finished with the bronze.
Yeah, they
finished with the bronze. They started off the tournament really poorly, but they came through and got a medal in the end. But the men, that's a whole other. I don't know who those 45-year-old men they had out there playing.
I don't know who them granddaddies was.
I don't know who that
so
was.
So disappointed.
Yeah. So until next time, what we gonna do, ladies?
Put them to sleep.